Hey, this is Jim Cardona from Cardona Pinball Designs. It's a little bit different video I'm doing. This is my basement in my new house. I just wanted to talk a little bit about sound insulation. My old house, you probably saw the videos of that before. I was able to fit I could fit maybe 15 pinball machines in it. So I built this new house. I wanted to finish the basement myself because the way I had some really specific things that I wanted, and I just felt better about doing the thing myself. And one of the things was sound insulation, because if I'm gonna have all these arcade machines down here, pinball machines, I'm gonna fit probably somewhere. I definitely could fit at least 13, but depending on how we do the layout, I could fit up to 24. My wife has some issues with that idea. She wants to use part of the room for some of this stuff. But anyways, I wanted to talk about this insulation I put up in the ceiling here. This is rock wool, so it's not like your regular fiberglass insulation. If you look down here, this is. Let me just flip it around. This is the product right here, rock wool, and I'm using the R23. This stuff is super dense, and it's specifically made for. Well, it's actually made as a fire barrier. A lot of times when you're building, if you have gaps between your ceiling and wall, which is very common, basements, they tell you have to put this because it stops, it slows fire down, right? So it's acceptable for that method, but it also really kills sound. So I'm stuffing it everywhere I can up in the overhead, because if I'm running a whole bunch of pinball machines down here, my wife doesn't want to listen to that when she's upstairs watching TV or whatever. And likewise, you want an isolated space, right? So so far I've got about half of the room done, and we've done some experiments. I had her go upstairs and make some sounds, and I was making some sounds down here, and it's tremendously different. So like, new construction house, open concept, like they do. There's hardly any walls. If you look at this ceiling, this is the unfinished ceiling. All there is there's the flooring, and then there's I don't know if that's 5/8 sheathing. So I mean, if I'm talking right here, you can hear it, right? You could actually hear it on the second floor, because there's hardly any walls up there. It's just as soon as it goes through this little barrier, it's just all open up there, right? So stuffing this rock wool up there, I think this is like 5 inches thick, something like that. And it's super dense. You don't have to, like regular insulation where you have to staple it in. It has like that paper and you staple it. This stuff is slightly wider than your normal 16-inch gap. So you can just stuff it up there, and it pushes against either side of the wood on its own. So it's really good. I recommend it. If you're building a game room, if you're doing something like this, then definitely you want to have